Afternoon, everybody. Gosh, this sounds like ages ago since we did the last one, isn't it? But we've had a bit of a break. We had two tile sessions off, and we're now back with number 378. So hope you're ready for this one. I thought we'd go in nice and easy and take our time, and we'll be fine. So if you're ready, what do I have? Craft card. I have the crafty colour from the regular tile sets. I've got a white gel pen. I've got my regular black pen. I've got Touchyon, of course. I've also got white chalk pencil lying around, and I've got a couple of colours from my Sanntangle pencils as well. There you go, orange and light orange and clementine. But you can use whatever you like. You could stick with one colour. It's entirely up to you. But I thought let's make a start then, shall we? So I'm just gonna, if I can. Oh, it doesn't want to let me, does it? I want to move down a little bit. Let's just sort that out. There we go. All right, are you ready then? First things first, I'm going to come in today with a pencil to get us going. Just as a nice and easy start. Does it feel funny coming in the afternoon doing this? I'm going to start the now. Doesn't matter if you want to start the other side. You can do sort of a mirror image of mine. It's absolutely fine. And I'm going to come on in and I'm going to create a little bit of a curve. It's going to go up in the top there, a little loop on the end. So far so good. We can all manage that. Of course we can. And from here, let's put in another one. See, still in pencil. Turning it round slightly. And another one. Little curve. And I'm going to get another little one in there. Okay, doesn't look like much at the minute, but hopefully it's going to work into something. Okay. So I'm going to bring in sort of, when I say leaves, just sort of ever so rough, because we're not going to leave them like this, a leaf shape. And let's put another one in there. And there. So they're quite close to the sort of stems, if we want to call it that. Let's just do those few and see how it works, okay? So come on in with a pen. And let's go a little bit larger. Doesn't matter which one we start with. So I'm going to draw in that sort of, when I say centre line, join it just a little bit to that. Okay. And then from the bottom here, I'm going to come in and put a curve in. And then back. And a curve and back. And then back in there. Okay. So same this side. See, curve back. Curve back and then join it at the top. So we've got a kind of a little leaf shape with some sort of like sort of more pointed edges. We tend to do a lot of curved shapes, don't we? So this one we're going to have it a little bit more spiky. Okay. Let's put these in as well, and we'll have a look at it and see what's going on. See, I've not done all the way down, because I don't know what else is going to go on there. And putting them in. So again, bringing that up into there, curve back, point. And curve back, point. And in we go, same again. Point. And point. Let's have a look at that. Okay, so far so good. I mean, we're going to remove the pencil lines from those afterwards, but there we go. Oh, Rose. Proud of you for being brave, I really am. But, you know, at least you've got them now. You know? So I'm putting some more of these little shapes in. That's all you can think of, you know, they're home. See, that one is going to go underneath there. That's fine, because I'm going to sort of work my way up this sort of stem shape. And wherever they tend to want to meet, you see, last time I just put the leaf shapes in. This time I'm actually bringing in those lines. And you can, I'm not rushing on purpose, but I'm rushing, not rushing. I'm working with pace. So the whole point is I don't want you to sort of think too much about where these are going. and I don't want you to worry about whether they're going to cross or not. So the idea is go in with it, just go for it and get some in there. Okay, it's only in pencil, and then you can come on in afterwards and you can put this shape in. Remember, curve back, point. It's like some sort of dance steps, isn't it? Curve back, point. Maybe it is, I don't know. So what happens when you come to one that's going underneath? Well, exactly the same as you would do is just carry it, keep going and work it underneath, okay? So let's try. You notice as well, I've not joined the stems together yet because if I wanted to have one that was going over the top, then I didn't want to put that in pen to start with. Okay, so don't worry about how many you're putting in and where they're going. You just want to get some in, okay? You do need quite a few, I think, to sort of give it the visual impact. And see, I'm just completely ignoring that little bobble there, so I'm going to go over it. That was sort of my decision, see, so it's to there. So these, hopefully by now, you sort of, it's like a tongue twister, it's like rubbing your belly and patting your head. So you start with the curve in first. If you're not careful, you want to go outwards, and that'll create a leaf shape as well, but slightly different to what we've got going on here. So you've got a first one in particular, you've really got to focus and think, right, what am I doing? But then once you've got the hang of it, you're good to go. Okay. Okay, so let's just have a look at that. So there's quite a lot going on there, isn't there? It's nice to see though. So I am going to put those stems back in, and then let's see if we think we need any more. I'm going to put that loop in there. And follow them. See, when it joins the stem, I'm going to have like a little wavy line. Let's go a little bit bigger. See a little wavy line where they sort of join on in there. So like here you can sort of, that means that you don't have to panic again too much about trying to get it to join in a straight line or having little bubbles or marks. See, we've got that one there. So let's join that one around there. Okay. All right. Still got this one here, but I think rather than having my loop there, I think it's going to probably be better putting another leaf in. So let's pencil that in there and bring that one down. Remember the curve point, curve back point. So I've got just one of those loops showing, so let's put a second one in, just across the top there. And at the bottom, just finish it off with some little dots. Okay, so let's get rid of some of these pencil lines. And of course, before you do this, always make sure that your pen's dry, especially if you've got a new pen, because they can be very juicy when they first start off. But this one's okay. I've been using this one for a little while, so I kind of know when it's dry. I think it tends to be dots sometimes that it takes the longest. Okay. So there we go, we've got some nice little leaves going on there, it's quite nice. Good to go, yeah. So I want to bring in something else, let's have a look now, let's go for, I'm going to bring in the white first, I think, because I want to just, you don't have to, you can stick with the black, but I just wanted to try something different, a little bit of a contrast. So what I wanted to do is come on in with, let's bring a little white stem in. It looks really nice on this, and a little bobble on, yeah. And then I can put some little dots around it, like that. And bring another one so I can decide, am I going to go over or am I going to go under? And add some more. And again, if you want to do this all in black, you can do. I just wanted a little bit of contrast as to where I'm going. So you can use either, or you could have done the whole thing with a white gel pen or a different colour one if you wanted. There you go, see? Alright. And in we go. And the rose. Well, no, we suffer so they don't have to. That's what got me through. So, those things. And oh, thank you, Rose. Do you know what? They're really great. They're great for real simple, detailed fussy cutting. They're so sharp. And they're great for snipping little threads and things. Once they've got the protective covering on. There you go. Everyone wants to know. Rose is talking about my scissors. Oh, Nadia. Who's Nadia? Hello there. Been ages. How's the bowling? There we go. So I'm sort of keeping it at the moment along that row, but we can bring them out a little bit. I'll add a few in here as well. And let's sort of add those little dots. It just makes a little bit of difference there. Let's put one in up here as well. Okay, little ones in there. And I think perhaps a couple more up here. Now I know it looks a little bit stark at the minute, but we are going to put a couple of other bits in. So this white's going to sort of be just part of the whole thing. And it's nice to try out a few different ways of doing things. Okay, so it's a couple there as well. And rounding it up, and let's do one there. Okay. All right. Okay. I think I'm going to put some bubbles round, but I'm going to wait for a little bit. I'll do that in a short while. So I'm going to come back with my black pen, and where any of these, you see, like here, let's just go in, where it's gone under, but you can see where it's come over. I can put that back in, so it's very most definitely going underneath, you see? And same there, depending on what you want to do, that's going under. So we can come in and neaten those things if we need to. All right. But then I'm going to also come in with another little line, and I'm going to put a tiny little leaf on it. So, and this is a tangle that we've done before, but because I'm filling it as I go, I can actually go over anything and everything with these. So, there we go. All the way down. There you are. Oh, thank you, Louise. It's kind of nice, isn't it, just to have a bit of a contrast now and again. I know we're so used to working with black, and that's great. So it looks a bit weird when you try and bring another colour in. But we've just added a little bit of it. Let's have a look at that. Oh, there you are. See how it's starting to form? So, thing with these as well, when you're doing a lot of the same tangle, if you sort of stick in one place all the time and do loads and loads, you're then going to do loads and loads everywhere else. So I always find it nice to do a little bit and then say, right, okay, I'm going to move on and I'm going to go somewhere else. Because if you do it gradually and build it up around the place as you go, then you can sort of look at it and see where the balance is. If you think, you know what, I've done enough there, I want to stop, then that's something that you could do. But if you've got loads there and you've got nothing else where it looks a bit odd. So, you know, dance around the piece a little bit. See there? I'm going to go over. See how it's sort of sitting in the background now? And there I'll go under. So you're starting to create that little bit of depth, dimension. If you feel it. Joe, it does, doesn't it? It's a nice paper, this. Those regular tiles, you know, the cardstock that we use is it's really nice. And I know they when you first get the pack, they come across. You think, oh, they're a little bit dark. Here we go. There it is. But you can use the white or the black on all of them. Apart from that one, you've got to use a white, really. And the colours, you know, when you use coloured pencils on them, they just pop off the page. So it's a nice set to have. One there. Okay. See how they're sort of dotted around the place. Rose, no, don't use alcohol markers on them. Alcohol markers will bleed a little bit more on these. Yeah. You can use them if you're going to use a little bit, but they're not going to particularly blend as well because it's got a bit of a grain to it. It's certainly more suited to coloured pencils and watercolours, things like that. But yeah, alcohol markers will tend to bleed a little bit. And right paper for the right job. Okay, so I see I'm working my way around, putting these little shapes in. Oh, look at these things. Yeah, we did have a couple of days away. And I've done a few bits in my new sewing room, so we've started to get that sorted. So we just want to have a bit of a tidy house at the moment. Everything's everywhere, it's chaos. And I'm sure you saw my my new quilt that I've finished. I've just sort of been finishing bits that I needed to get done for ages. So there's a bit of a standoff with the two boys on who actually got to use the quilts. So I made them both one. Oh. Okay. Oh, so yes, it was all right. It was the weather where we were wasn't very good, so we did come home early. But that did mean that I could put some wallpaper in the sewing room, and we've put some shelves up and things like that. So it's getting there. There we go. Okay. I like that. Do we want to do any more? I think possibly not. I think what I'm going to do though is I'm going to come back in and let's put in some bubbles. Just sort of different sizes around the place. So it doesn't have to be a lot. And again, if you want to, you can use a black pen for this. But again, I'm just bringing that a little bit of a white in. So let's look at sort of colouring and things here. So I'm going to use a few different bits and pieces. I'm going to come in with my white chalk pencil first, not my regular white pencil, my white chalk pencil. And first thing is I'm going to add in a little bit, just sort of in one area, one side. Oh, Sheila, I think I've heard a bit about your holiday. I'm so sorry. It was, yeah. Sometimes we have these, don't we? And you just think, oh, why did I bother? Well, they're an experience. An interesting experience, but nonetheless. Okay, so you can see here I'm adding a little bit of white just in one section of these. And again, that's sort of matching and bringing in the whiteness of the pen that we've used. To bring a bit of that about. Okay, one more. No, two more. I always miss it. There you go. Oh, Louise, it is from the regular tiles. This colour. It's a nice colour, isn't it? Tortillon. I notice I've got a clean tortillon, so if you need to file it off a bit, I'm going to soften down that pencil. Just a little bit. I'm not trying to move it too much. Just want to sort of push it into the paper almost, so it's not sort of standing up and you know, ready to blow away at any minute. Definitely working it in. I do have good news about white, actually. We've been waiting for ages, haven't we, for white pencils to come in so we can replace, because I don't know if you're like me and you've got a lovely set of pencils, but your white's sort of like a third left. I've got single white pencils now that will be on the show tomorrow. I think they'll be tomorrow or Thursday anyway, so we can have a replacement white, which I think is brilliant. I'm so glad they've arrived. Okay. All right, so we've got that little bit. Yeah, I know. Yay, white pencils. You know, we don't ask for much, do we, in this world? We don't ask for much. We just want white pencils. I'm going in now with this. Now, I'm going to sort of decide which way around. And I sort of started here and went that way. So this is going to be sort of the bottom. So what I want to do is add some pencil sort of to the bottom of those sides of the leaves, if that makes sense. So they're facing the same way. Oh, Jackie, you're bright red. I know. I sort of think, see, I can't stock all individual pencils because I just don't know which ones. And I could see, actually, not that I could see, but I could actually hear the supplier, their eyes rolling when I said I just want white. They're like, really? Just white? Yeah, just the white? Can you imagine me going back saying, well, I just want red now? I'd be like, why don't you just, like, get packs? I don't know. So you see, I'm putting this sort of at the bottom of each. So here it's sort of straight up. So there's sort of the bottom, isn't it? Maybe a bit there. Don't have to be exactly perfect. It's as long as you've got something and a bit of a pattern going. Wendy, yeah, I did have to buy a few for them to do it. Because they were like, how many do you want? It's got to be worth my while. So I have brought a few in. We've got a stock in, so I'm not going to run out. Okay, so I'm coming in now with my tortillon. This is not my, look, this is my white one. This is for my graphite. So I've got 2 on the go, so I don't have to keep cleaning it. And soften round. I don't know, Leslie. Just saying how white coloured pencils have come in. Woohoo! Never going to have to stress about a white pencil again. And our O3 pens have come in. It's been a busy one this week. There you go. Okay. See how that sort of eases it out a little bit. And we go with that one. So it doesn't need much, does it? Because the white is actually giving you the lightness. Let's have a little look at this. Oh, let's go in a bit. There you are. So that sort of gives us a really good starting point. But I did say I've got some coloured pencils with me as well. And so let's come in with this orange. I've got my clementine and light orange. I might bring a bit of red in as well. And I'm going to add some to the other side of those leaves. You see? Let's bring in that light orange as well. Add some in there. Just to give it a little bit of life. Oh yeah, I have. There you go. So whether you want to add in the, let's do that one. Or the one colour first and then come back and do the other after. See, I'm just adding bits. I'm not trying to completely do the same thing on each one. It's just coming in and bringing that bit of colour in. And of course you could do this with any colour. It'd look really nice in the sort of the blue greens, the sea blues, or maybe the peach, the green. That grass green would look fabulous. But I'm getting sort of more, more autumny, I would say. We're getting there now, aren't we? There's that lighter one. See what I mean by colours on these popping? So the base is sort of giving you the option of using a black or a white or any other colour really pen. And the colours bringing it to life. I mean, you could keep it and just use the black and white and leave it as a shaded piece. If you got a chance to bring colour in, I think we should. Oh no, yeah. Dobby's all dressed up. He's coming with me, Leslie. So for the next 2 days, I've got to deal with him. He did sort of want a spare room. He says he didn't want to share the hotel room with me. I said, well, I don't want to share a hotel room with you, Dobby, but somebody's got to keep an eye on you. So, yeah, he's got his jammers. All right. See here at the top, I'm going to bring a bit of that light orange in just over the top there. And I did say, let's have a, I'm going to bring a slightly darker, so I'm going to bring the red in. Just give it a little bit of a... Oh, Vanessa, yeah, for the pencils, do you know what? I've actually got, look, one of these. Well, I've actually got a few of these dotted around the place. Bit of a confession, actually, this is out of Leslie's drawer. So, yeah, I find that they work really well, and you can, you know, empty it every now and again. Just adding a little highlight. And Rose, no, I haven't made him a quilt. Yeah, he did try and sneak Seth's, but Seth wasn't having any. Okay, just a little bit, see, he's bringing that colour in. Right, and that one. And that one. Tiny bit there. Okay, let's have a look at that. Okay, I think actually I'm going to leave it there because I like the fact that it's got the shadows on there. I like the fact that we've got slightly different colourings on each of those leaves. Just going to put a little bit of red at the bottom of the view. And the fact that you've got the white highlight on there as well. So I'm going to sign that one and say, right, we're sort of back in business, aren't we, Mr. Berry? Oh, yeah. I missed two, actually. There's a tiny one there. So here we go. Signature on. And there we are. Back in business. Good to go. So, really nice. But I'm sure, do you want to see one thing that's going to go on over the next few days? I've got new things on both days. And, of course, varying slightly. But one of the overall colours, I think the theme that's going to sort of be as part of it is this. I can show you this because Leslie's not here. Look. Yes, Leslie, look at this. I'm going to lift it up a little bit. I'm going to move the rubber off my desk because Leslie's not in. I can show you, see. Everything else, though, is packed in my box. It's just this. So, are we ready? Now, this has been... look. There it is. But it's... I say it's the... Yeah. Look. So, there we go. And we've got little bits of... Leslie's not liking this. Leslie will be rounding them in. Little bits of things we could add to tangles. A little bit of things going on there. So, yeah, a little bit of different artwork going on. I've actually done a bit of, like a bit of drawing on one of my pages there, a bit of colouring. So that's, yeah, that's it. Now, having said that, this is lovely. But, of course, the diary's going to come separate, as it always does. So if you've already got a folder, it's fine. That's it. You want to see what's coming with it? Look at this. Oh, look at that. Leslie, I can show her because she's not here. Look at that. So, yeah, that's just one of the things. That's just one of the things. There's going to be a few other bits and pieces. But no, I don't show you anymore. It's going to be fun. You're going to look forward to the surprises, I'm sure. So I'm just going to bring that back in view. This is what we've been doing. So, yeah, hopefully over the next couple of days you can watch. I'm going to be there for, I've got 4 shows, 2 tomorrow, 2 on Thursday. And, of course, I'm going to sort of go back over the Locket Lane as well and the Christmas Close and that story. So you can watch in for that. I'm going to mix a few bits up, maybe do a bit of Locket Lane, Halloween style. So, yeah, looking forward to it. It's going to be fun. So, okay, other than that, I will see you tomorrow at some point for our little tiny tile for Craft Ember, so we can get on with that. And then I'll be back here with another tile, which is going to be 379 on Friday at 2 o'clock. So, all right, I will see you at some point. And I'll, yeah, take care. Have fun, everybody. Bye.